What is up, guys? So here with me, it's a Dell Optiplex 7010, as you can see over there. Anyways, it's not powering on. Sometimes it will just blink an orange light there a little bit and then it will cut off. But if we listen to the power supply, yeah, I think you can hear that sound. So I took off the, if you remove the ATX connector here, the 24 pin, there, it goes silent. So my assumption was that I've got a short circuit here. I checked, there's no short circuit. As you can see, I've removed the CPU, I've removed the CPU 4-pin cable. Still, PC won't start. I've disconnected everything from the board, literally everything, mouse, whatever, fans, whatever, everything is off, USB ports, and I've just looked at the motherboard to try and see for if there's a short. There's nothing. So my assumption is we've got a faulty power supply. So what I'm gonna do is, because it's a 24 pin, I should be able to power it on with this normal tower power supply. So yeah, what I'll do is, this. I am going to put back the CPU, so I'm not gonna worry about its normal paste as of now. It's not really of concern. And then I'll just need the CPU fan in order to see if the PC powers on. I will also need the power button just in case it doesn't start automatically. Okay, so now we will use the towered power supply to try and power on this PC to confirm if our issue is coming from the power supply, and then we can focus on repairing the power supply instead of poking around the motherboard unnecessarily. Okay, so here comes the power cable, and what do we get? I got a fan spin for a split second and then it went off. Okay, so it's not starting also. It's just starting for a split second and then off. So what could be the cause? Because I'm not trusting the power supply. That I'm definitely not trusting. Let me try the other 4-pin. Let's go power button. Nothing at all. There is no life, nothing whatsoever. Okay, I've powered off the power supply. Power it on again. Still nothing. Does my power supply have power on it? Let me confirm this. Just want to confirm if the power supply is receiving power. I did test this one, it does switch on. Yeah, we do have a fan spin, so the power supply is on. Now when I put it to the motherboard, just getting that split second fan spin. Okay, let's take out the CPU. kind of let the motherboard reset a little bit. Same issue. Split second fan spin. However, with this power supply, it's not even giving me that. I'm not getting anything at all. Let me just change the CPU and see. So I've got a Core i3 4th gen here, and this was an i5 second gen. So instead I've used this i5 second gen as well. It's actually an i3 second gen, not an i5. Okay. Same thing. So what could be the issue really? Okay, it restarted again on its own. Okay, I'm still getting this. I did have an issue with a PC that kept doing this, and the issue was that there was no GPU here. With the GPU, it would power on, but then it wouldn't display. It would keep on doing this. When you remove the GPU, it wouldn't even start at all. And the issue was the power supply on that one. Let me see if I've got a GPU that I can fit here. Oh, now it's on. It's getting on for longer now. And the CPU is getting warm a little bit. Okay, interesting. In the meantime, I'll try to look for the GPU. Okay, I think you saw the fan spinning there. So what I did is I tried that CPU. The i3 second gen didn't work. Put back the original CPU, doesn't switch on. So there's the i3 CPU, it does power on and then keeps looping. The i3, the i5, the original one which was there, doesn't switch on. Now I've put a third gen, and that's what I get. Wait, and there we go. And it's on. Okay. Three pips. There's no RAM. 2 pips actually. And it's getting hot. So now I know the PC is powering on. That's all I needed to know. So I don't have an issue on the motherboard. My issue number 1 is the CPU. But on the other hand, now we need to confirm the power supply. That funny sound. So now we know the motherboard side is okay. We've finished that. Let's cancel it. And you can hear we're getting the same sound. So we do have a dead power supply at the end of the day. So it's just making that sound, but it won't even start. It won't even bother to move or anything. So we have 2 issues. We've got a dead CPU and we've got a dead power supply as well. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take out the power supply and fix it, because there is no way we're going to get that power supply. Even trying to look for one would be a total waste of time. means the chances of finding it are close to zero. So this power supply is not really hard to take out. You basically need something long. Just press down on that foot, assuming that you have removed the screws at the back. So I was using this to remove these screws. Makes my life much easier. So now I'll just need a prying tool, a screwdriver or anything to just press down on that clip and the power supply will come loose. Then we'll have to remove it from the motherboard as well. So here's the power supply. Okay. Let's work on this. Okay, so this screwdriver is now a little bit too far. I'll just change the bead to this other one. So once we hear that sound with these screwdrivers, most of the times it's because I've set the motion like really high, the speed, so the bead is not even getting a chance to grip onto the screw. So what I'll do is I'll loosen up the screws with a manual screwdriver. Especially if they are factory sealed, like never been touched before. There should be a screw here. No, I don't feel anything. So there isn't. Once it's like that, okay, so we've got all 5 screws off. We need that prying tool once again. Where did I put it? There it is. So remember, there's about power supplies. Power supply is store charge. So because they've got those giant reservoirs inside, they store charge. So what you need to know is there's a chance that will discharge on you. All the stored voltage will be released onto you. So we've got a reservoir over there that has got a potential of discharging onto whatever shorts its positive to its negative or something like that. Okay, so because of that sound which you could hear, it was pretty obvious our issue was related to capacitors, because the power supply still works, which would only suggest that a component which is not in series has died, and that's usually capacitors, because as much as they will fail, they do not stop the flow of current, the flow of electricity. So electricity still flows and the power supply still powers on, but because it's no longer stable, it fails to actually generate as much charge as it's supposed to generate for whatever it's supplying. So you can see I've got one cap there swollen, I've got another cap there swollen. So I'll check out the power supply and check. We probably have another cap or something which is swollen. So to check it out, I'll need to loosen up here our ground. What else needs to come loose? It seems like a fan will have to come along as well, so might as well bring it out. So yeah, I don't know if you've noticed, like actually even if you watch my old videos, this used to be my screwdriver. I could just press and it was nice, but it failed and I was very disappointed because it failed within, I'd say within a month. Within a month it was gone. So ever since that happened, I've told myself, no, I'm not getting one of those, because this other one, the blue one, the big one, I've had that screwdriver since I think towards the end of 2020, if not the beginning of 2021, something like that. So it's been, now we're towards the end of 2024, so it has been around for at least 4 years, or something, at least 4 years. Yeah, 4 years I would say. It has never failed. The only downside to it is that it doesn't fit the bits that fit on these screwdrivers. So all the sets in my shop, they can use the same bits, all of them, except for that one. So that's why I actually divided to modify this, so that this side could have an end which is like that, so that we can fit any of the bits which we want to open with, which was genius. It was a game changer. Okay, need to cut that. Okay, so right now I've got the power supply out. Just take a moment to check if that reservoir is not storing nothing malicious in it. Because as much as I fix electronics every single day, I do not enjoy being shocked. So now it's empty, the reservoir is empty. So I can even do this and nothing will pop. So yeah, power supply is just dusty hot. See that? So we do have another cap here which is failing. So now that's 3. What else? So let me show you what I mean when I'm saying the cap is failing. You can see this is flat on the surface. Let me try to tilt it. You can see it's flat. However, when you look at this one, the one next to it, that's swollen. So this is flat or even sinking deep inside, but that's swollen. Same goes for the other two. They are also swollen. So that's a failing capacitor. And like I was saying, the capacitor is connected to positive and negative, not in series, it's in parallel, which means even if it's not there or even if it's not functioning properly, your charge and your current basically will continue flowing. But then remember, the capacitor is there to smoothen the flow of current, so it is supposed to smoothen the supply. Because when when sometimes when the MOSFET which supplies power will be going on and off, on and off, on and off. So when it's off, your circuit is getting power from your capacitor, something like that. So once that is off from once that is failed, you are still getting power, but it's no longer steady. You are now going to feel those offs. So this is really funny. It's in an awkward position. Pulling it out is really difficult. I wonder how I'm gonna fit another one into place. Okay, there goes the second one. So yeah, I'll remember that because they are of, no, I will not. They are of the same color, all 3 of them. This one, where is it? I've got this over here, so it's on the other side. That should be these ones. Okay. it would have been probably wiser to just use a solder sucker, because it would have created dry joints there, and the component will just fall down on the other side. Alright, so these are pretty much the same size. So this is a 10 volts by 2200 microfarads. This is a 16 volts by 2200 microfarads. So this will probably work fine on the 10 volts, but the 10 might not work fine on the 16 volts, because if now the voltage coming will be greater than what you need, you might get explosions. So what I'll do is I'll just get another dead power supply from the parts section, and then I'll replace the caps. So just give me a minute to do that, and then we can continue. Okay, so I've brought two power supplies for parts. This has got two of our required caps, the 10 by 1000, which is this one, and the 16 by 2000, which is this one, which is this one. So the two that were in the one place, I've got them both here. But then the third one, I think I'll get it from this one. I haven't checked it yet, but yeah, I believe I should be able to get it. So like I told you, it shouldn't be a swollen here, and it's not. So we can use this. It goes one. Actually, I took off a wrong cap, because this is 16 by 1000. I shouldn't be using that. Oh, I used to fix TVs a long time ago, like those TVs with CRTV TVs. Yeah. And there was a part where most of the time 16 by 1000 failed. There was 16 by 1000, and then there was 35 by 1000, which you could replace with a 25 by 1000. Oh, that was nice. Those were really good days. Okay, so we've got two of our required parts. So I'll bring you close. As you can see there, so as you can see, it says 10 volts by 1000 microfarads. Same with this one, 10 volts by 1000 microfarads. At the same time, this is the replacement one we're gonna use, 16 by 2200, and this is the dead one, 16 by 2200. So yeah, two for replacing here now. I'm done with this. Then I'm gonna look for, what's the other one, 10 by 2200. So I should be able to even use a 16 by 2200 again on the 10 volts one. It wouldn't make a difference, but then yeah, it's fine. I managed to find it anyways. Here it is, the exact one that we need. So it's just in front of the heatsink. I believe it should be you. Okay, there we go. 10 by 2200. Cool. So we've got all our components now. We can replace, test the power supply, and close it. So this I'll keep in the parts box, because yeah, I know I'll use it one day. It's already off the motherboard, the power supply. I'm not gonna put it back. Right, which is easy to start with. So probably the best way would be to make walls. Yeah, making walls would probably make my life a lot easier. I keep forgetting to go buy a roll of soldering wire for myself. So I'll keep going to Divine's desk and stealing from there. You won't notice it, it's too big. You will not notice it. Anyways. Okay. That's 2. Let's refresh these ones as well. Like, you can still do the fitting without making these walls, but then remember the positions are kind of awkward, really. They're tight, so having to struggle with holding the cap in place while you're soldering it, that will waste time. But if there's a wall where the cap just slides into place, then you just solder it at the bottom. Life will become very easy. Anywho, here we go. So we're starting with 16 by 2200. We'll make the legs as slim as possible. Remove any excess solder there. That way I don't have to struggle with a tight hole or something like that. Come on. I'm not gonna remove an entire heatsink just to fit a cap. Okay, one thing that I forgot to do is to adjust the legs and make sure they are matching the holes. Okay, so they are, which means from this side they should be able to do the same as well. It's a trick that I was taught by my dad a long time ago. When I was doing CRT TVs, DVDs, subwoofers, amplifiers, it was a lot. That's when I started fixing, really. So repair is not something that I kind of stumbled upon later on now. Grew with me. Okay, and then we get 10 by 1000. Okay, try to adjust the legs. There we go. Alright, so this shouldn't be, there's some glue there. I have to take that off. So one other way of knowing that a cap is dead, it might not swell from this side, but it can swell from here. So you'd find it popping out from the bottom. So yeah, if you don't get a swollen cap from here, check the other side. Most likely your issue will be there. Okay, one is in. Let's go with the other one. Oh, is it in the wrong wall or something? Now I've had to take it off again. Come on. What is happening? The pins are just weak. So instead of forcing themselves in, they are just bending. So the best way is to make them small, and to make the holes big, just let them get through. Okay, cool. So this time I think I should be able to just get them in without really struggling. Okay, so I can see the legs. Now I need to solder them while holding the component at the same time. Life is a bitch. How will I do that? Okay, guess I can do that. It's in place with one leg, then I'll focus on the other one. Can't believe I've taken at least 2 minutes to solder a cap into place. It was a really funky component, so it wouldn't easily get into place. Okay, this should be fine now. Let me try to straighten up that pin. Okay, now it's popping out. Fine. This is fine. Now do the last but not least, the 10x2200. And also one thing you need to keep in mind is that caps have a polarity, so don't just put it on any side. Dotted side is usually a negative. I have had some instances where the dotted sign was positive, but that was rare, and it was on really old stuff. Like that was way before I even finished high school. And I think it was on a PC. Yeah, no, it wasn't. It was after I'd finished high school. I was already here in South Africa. Oh crap, how do I fit this? I think I just aimed it. Oh, just got myself an aim. Okay, let me adjust this so that it aligns. Okay, now it does. Now I have to try to aim again. Let's do this. Why do I have to make it so compact? Because I really can't even see what's happening down there. I'm just guessing the position of the component based on the last image of the motherboard that I have in my mind. But anyways, I was lucky enough to squeeze it in both legs. fine, and this one also fine. So we're good now. All components are in and they've been replaced. So we put back this shield which was down here. Was it like this? Yeah. Oh, it was like this. I think it was like this. And we can squeeze the power supply back in place. So at the moment, the only screws that I'll put are the ones that were holding the motherboard, the PCB onto the chassis there, so that it doesn't move around and end up shorting in there. Okay, 2 screws should be enough. This was our LED. I think it's the LED and the reset button for the power supply. Okay, we need to hold this guy into place. I think so. I'll just hold him with 2 screws. Like that. Okay, so that, let me put it in. So I'm a bit concerned about the open side, which might decide to chow me. But anyways, I'll find something like this from another power supply to kind of isolate and make sure that they don't get a shot or contact with the case. And there we go. Now we've got a fence pin. And it's on again, second time. And it's not shutting down. We can wait for the beep. There we go. We have a beep. So this is fine. So the other thing that we're going to do is, just in case, we'll put back the customer's CPU, the i5 2nd gen. Here, just to make sure that the CPU is really dead. Maybe just needed its power supply or something like that. Okay, we got a single fence pin there. Is it gonna restart? No, it's not restarting. So the customer CPU is dead for sure, without a doubt. So now they will need CPU and to pay me for the power supply repair, because there is no way they were gonna find this power supply. This is an old machine. So yeah, I'm gonna put my CPU for testing purposes. I might as well just screw the heat sink on. So this is just to test in the meantime. So this repair kind of took long because I had to figure out what was happening with it before I could actually start fixing. Alright, so power's in, got a fence pin. We'll use the display port. Okay, that was a second power on. Oh, it's power cycling, so we'll do it a third time, and probably the fourth time it will not restart, it will just work. The reason why it's power cycling is that now I've put a RAM, I believe. Okay, it keeps power cycling now. Let me see, I'll probably need a RAM as well. I think I've got one up there. Okay, let's take off the power and put another RAM. Okay, that was one. Yeah, this RAM is probably dead, but who knows? Let's see first. Okay, it's still power cycling. Interesting. So there's probably another issue as well. Okay, let me just take off the RAM and make sure that CPU is the PC is still detecting that there is no RAM. And there we go, it's on. Alright, so yeah, still a RAM issue. I'm gonna try this other RAM on a white slot instead of a black slot now. Okay, same behavior. Not sure if I have to also program the BIOS on this. I hope I don't have to, because there's a lot of work. It's got 2 chips. Oh, this sucks. It doesn't suck only because of the work, but because it's an old PC. How much can you charge someone to fix this? And now if you're having 3-4 issues on one PC, like at the end of the day you end up doing things for free. Because as an old PC, there's just a certain amount that you can't charge, like you can't go above. So the power supply works for sure. That's one issue fixed. Now we have to deal with the beeps. So the beeps, I think I'll have to redo the BIOS, because at this point really there is nothing else that I should be worried about. As long as the PC is powering on now, then I can deal with the rest. So I can see there's this piece of white like paper inside the RAM slot. So yeah, maybe the RAM slots need cleaning as well. So I'm just using an alcohol to clean those slots. Video is already almost an hour long. It's like 45 minutes now. So yeah, I probably won't continue the display part. I'll end the repair maybe here with the power supply having been fixed. And then the BIOS, I'll deal with it off camera, because video will just become ridiculous at the end of the day. Yeah, it's still just looping. Alright, so as for the display, I'll deal with that off camera for now. I think that's it. I can end the video here. I think you know how to program a BIOS. All you have to do is to remove the SPI ROMs there, put on a programmer, read the file if you want to, which you should, so that you can have a backup. And then yeah, let me just slide the CMOS part, but it doesn't cause the PC net to start. Yeah, so the rest, guys, I'll do off camera, because it's really gonna be another maybe 30 minutes or so. So anyways, thanks for watching. The issue with this PC initially, the reason why it was not powering on, it was a dead power supply and a dead CPU as well. And the power supply was dead because of these three caps. Right now the power supply is working, and I think it counts as a win at the end of the day. Thanks for watching, and I hope you learned something. I'll see you in another video. Bye. So the thing is, if you listen to the number of errors you're getting, listen, that's 1, that's 3, and that's 2. So the first and the last one, the first and second one have to do with BIOS, and then the third one is to do with memory, because I removed the RAM. So that's the reason why this thing is not displaying. So I'll have to program the BIOS at the moment, and then I'll deal with the RAM after I've programmed the BIOS.
So first the church goes into the pastors.
So I've programmed the files from Telegram. So the file is this one. Yeah. So as you can see, so I programmed both files there, because like I said, it's got 2 chips, 8 megabytes and 4 megabyte. So the 4 megabyte was the faulty one, because I started with the 8 megabyte. It still did the same thing. After programming the 4 megabyte one, you can see down there, I'm trying to focus on that, and there's 2 chips down there, you can see them, I'm sure. Yeah, so after programming the 2 chips, now we do have a display, as you can see. No portable device, blah blah blah. So even when you're powering it on, so when you're powering it on now, it doesn't even do the beeping anymore. Okay. Let's go into my power cable now. Okay, there we go. So it doesn't beep, it doesn't even power cycle or anything. It just goes Dell and it displays. Everything is working nice. So in this laptop there was quite a lot of issues. Issue number 1, dead power supply. As you can see, I haven't closed it yet because of 3 failing capacitors which are over there. Second issue was a dead CPU. I have no idea where I've put it actually. Oh, here it is. So dead CPU, that was the second issue. Third issue, dead RAM. Customer's RAM is dead, doesn't work. So yeah, fourth issue, BIOS, both files. So yeah, this is one case where you just get confused, like how you gonna charge a customer, because it's an old laptop, it's an old PC. I mean, this is like 2nd gen. How much can you charge for such a repair? BIOS alone, yeah, it's tricky. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you learned something. I will see you in another video. Bye for now.
The horns, and beheld there came up amongst them another little horn. So he has to arise in the Western Roman Empire. It is a European power.